Hey, good morning. It's the Big JB. I am here at work. It's Wednesday morning. It's actually 8 a.m. right now. I don't know how dark my face is right now. I'm wearing a white shirt, which reflects a lot of light. So trying to get the color balance is kind of tough. So I'm going to lean forward so y'all can see my lovely face. Doing better today. A lot better. My wife and I had a good talk last night, which was awesome. I didn't really get much more. I didn't get any different amount of sleep. My youngest came in twice, claiming that she couldn't sleep after she'd been asleep for probably 6 hours, and then an hour later saying that she couldn't sleep again, which I don't buy. But after I tucked her back in the second time, it seemed like she was okay. So, and then I had rotten dreams from then until the time I woke up. As far as I can recall, I was at work, and work dreams suck. I remember when I used to work at Sierra. Those of you old enough to remember Sierra Online Games. I worked for them. This was back during the King's Quest and Space Quest and Quest for Glory days of the company, which was a blast. I had a great time. I still know a lot of people from there. And I remember having dreams of answering the phone. Sierra Technical Support, this is Joshua. Could I have your first name, please? Hi Bob, how you doing today? I totally remember those. And I would have dreams of answering the phone, especially after a busy day. So I had a dream, at least one dream last night, where I was at work and my inbox was filled with, from my manager's manager, with urgent emails. If you have used Outlook before, you've seen the red exclamation mark marking an email as urgent. So yeah, I had a whole bunch of those. They all had the same urgency. I had to take care of all of them at the same time or during the same day. It was impossible. I was really glad when I finally woke up. So I checked out a book from the library called D-Day by Stephen Ambrose. It's a big, thick book. I didn't expect it to be so thick. It is about World War II. It's about kind of a little bit of the stuff that led up to D-Day, and of course about it itself. I am normally not a war historian. I don't usually care about that. In fact, most of history I find really drab, and I don't like reading about it. World War II in particular is hard for me because I really, really hate the Nazis, and I don't know anybody who's like, I love the Nazis. Yeah, there's nobody like that. And I hate the whole, I hated the whole thing of Hitler and his regime. But after listening to Wild at Heart, and him talking about how we as men need other men in our life to help us become real men or be real men. And he mentions bands of, the Band of Brothers, and I want to try to get that series. He mentions Private Ryan, I think. And then there's a section that he reads from D-Day, and I found it really interesting. So I thought I'd check the book out. There was a lot of heroism that happened in that time, and not just from the U.S. I'm not one of those American-centric people who thinks that it was all it was all us. I mean, obviously the Allies had a huge, huge impact on each other. They all worked together, and that's the thing that interests me the most, is those groups of people from disparate backgrounds, from different cultures working together. And the thing that fascinated me most is the first battle that he recounts started at about 16 minutes after midnight. It was a group of allies. I think it was a British soldier who got the guys up, and they basically took this bridge. They used grenades and came under a lot of German fire, and it lasted 5 minutes, from 16 minutes after midnight to 21 minutes after midnight, and it was over, and the Allies had captured that point. And that's just incredible, because so much happens in that 5 minutes. It's like, though the analogy is terrible, it's like watching, a little bit like watching football, and thinking, oh no, this team's going to lose. There's so much that can happen in 5 minutes. And yet, you know, as a child, 5 minutes seems like a long time. As an adult, it seems like a short time. I can only imagine how it feels in the heat of battle. So I'm interested to read the book. I'm hoping that I get through it before I have to take it back, or hopefully I'll get to renew it before somebody else wants to check it out. I'm also listening to The Hunger Games, which sort of goes against my principles. I don't know if I would really call it principles. When I was younger, I was challenged to be different, basically, to do things that were not necessarily counterculture, but sort of flew in the face of popular things, and to be myself. And there's something about that, just in terms of being different from other people, that I really took to heart. And so when something is extremely popular, I really choose not to engage in it. And that sounds kind of ridiculous because I played World of Warcraft, but I didn't care about that. I don't care that I'm into, you know, the Old Republic, but like Harry Potter, I only finished that series within the last few years. When it was really popular and stuff, I was like, nope, not reading it. Everybody's reading it. I'm not gonna. But a good friend of mine recommended Hunger Games. My oldest daughter, said that I would probably really like it. So I'm listening to that, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm really enjoying the book. I think it's a great audiobook too. I mean, it's not the best that I've ever heard, but it's definitely decent. So, ooh-wee, almost 7 minutes. So I'm going to call this an end. This has been The Big JB. You can follow me on Twitter at VoiceOfTheBigJB. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much for subscribing and clicking the like button if you would be so kind. I will see everybody tomorrow. Bye.